Hello everyone and welcome to Metro TV. I'm your host Andy Hoig. I am publisher and CEO of Metro Magazine. Today we will be talking to some folks from Chariots for Hope, the Smart Girl Society, and your second season. So don't go away, we will be right back. Welcome back. I'm here with Amy Konwinski. Did I say that right?
You nailed it.
Oh my gosh,
Good job.
Amy, you are the founder and CEO of Smart Girl Society. So first of all, thank you and welcome for joining me today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so, we met, oh my gosh, it was months ago, and we were just talking earlier, it was like when it was like warm out, and I just,
Gosh. I'm over this.
Yeah.
This whole weather thing, the spring needs to come faster than anything.
But you founded Smart Girl Society, so tell me a little bit about how the inspiration that came behind Smart Girl Society and actually what it is.
Sure. So Smart Girl Society is founded here in Omaha, Nebraska by myself. And one of the things that really impacted my life was growing up in Omaha, but also kind of hopping around all over the United States. And I have 5 daughters. So,
oh my gosh, I forgot you have 5 daughters.
5 daughters.
Yeah.
So they go from 13 to 27 and all in between. So one of the things that I really noticed is impactfully, our kids are getting more and more information based on the media that they're seeing. So it's, not just the magazines and the television, but now it's your smartphones, it's, the social media applications they use. And so I really noticed that parents weren't really being served on how do you manage your kids' social media and what can you do for that digital world to make sure they're making great choices. Yeah. So in Omaha, I also noticed that you have like breastfeeding and potty training classes, and it goes straight to crisis mode. So it was really definitely a need that we needed here in Omaha. So I created this organization that we help parents and educators and students make really smart choices in a digital world. So even though we're called Smart Girl Society, we also work with boys, but kind of like Boys Town works with girls, we also work with boys.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, so we talked about what it is and how do you impact in Omaha and beyond, because it's not just it's not just Omaha. You're doing things nationwide.
It's really amazing. So we brought together some of the greatest educators in the Omaha area to help create a curriculum. Plus we partner with Monroe Meyer Institute. And we created this curriculum that just really connects with the kids. So what we do is we go in and we do these 1-hour seminars with students, and we have a K through 12 curriculum. So for example, if we go into Russell Middle School in 6th grade, we'll talk the entire 6th grade class, boys and girls at the same time, and within 1 hour, we have them laughing and understanding how to be smart on their social media, what their online brand is. And then we turn around and we talk with the educators, and we do a program called Educating the iGen. And then most importantly, we talk to the parents. So that's that Parenting the iGen. And what we found is, and what we're hearing from different parts of the country, is our curriculum is so much better than anybody else's. That's why we're getting pulled into Chicago and Boston and Louisville, and it's just amazing that it's word of mouth, and as soon as one parent hears it, they're like, oh my gosh, you have to bring in this organization. So it's really cool, some of the feedback we're getting. Yeah.
So what is the 100 Schools campaign?
Yeah, so, we started here in Omaha, and even though we go out to different areas when we, I'll be in, where am I going? Burlington next. Okay. Going Burlington, Vermont, and Boston. And so we take those funds that we get from those programs, we come back and we feed them right back into the Omaha community. So a lot of underfunded schools can't afford to bring us in, even though our program fees are very inexpensive. So the 100 Schools campaign is we want to impact 100 schools within a 150-mile radius of Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. So we've already been into quite a few, like Harlan, Iowa, and we've gone into the Plattsmouth School District. We were in West Side and getting into Millard and OPS, but we want to make sure we're impacting that 150 miles, right? So that we're going and we're just helping students make sure they know some of the long-term impacts of their social media, like if they want to go to college one day, what they're posting in 7th grade could impact that, right? And also giving parents those tools that they need to have good communication between their students and the screen.
Okay. Well, you have an event coming up.
We do. We're so excited.
Is it the 14th?
It's the 14th,
okay.
March 14th.
Okay. And this is like your first
It's our
annual,
very first, I know, like inaugural. And we're still kind of a baby nonprofit. We're less than 3 years old. But that's what's really cool is people are excited to really support us and come out. So we thought how much fun it would be for adults to come together and have a board game night.
I love it.
So
I love it.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to have 100 board games there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's on March 14th at the living room from 6:30 to 9:30, and it's going to be an open bar. There's going to be just some fun games you can play. So come out and meet other.
A little bit of
There's
food
going to
too?
be some heavy hors d'oeuvres, some great food. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. So we wanted to do something a little different than the typical luncheon, and we think this is going to be a big hit.
This is very different. So how can people buy tickets? I mean, what are the ticket prices?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can either go to Eventbrite and search our Game On event, or they can go to our Facebook page, and it'll link right to that. So we have really affordable prices. One ticket's $45, or you can get a duo game pass for just $80. And we're actually going to be doing some things on our social media, giving away some free tickets too. So for sure, check out our social media page, Smart Girl Society, on Facebook and Instagram, and you might even be able to win free tickets.
All right. I'm so excited about that. Okay. So I've got that on my calendar. So March 14th, it's called Game On, benefiting Smart Girl Society. So any final words before we?
Yeah, I just want the community to know that we are here for them. So I know a lot of things are coming up fast and furious on social media. In fact, we just wrote a blog today and posted about the Momo challenge. So I don't know if you've seen this on the news, but it's, sometimes these challenges come up and parents don't know what the real information is and everything else. And we actually have some really great resources, and one of them is an app that we have. It's called Smart Girl Society. It's free. It's on Google Play and on the App Store.
Okay.
And parents can download it, and then we do ratings for trending applications. You can have access to our blogs and different resources that can really help parents be intentional about their kids' social media and technology.
Yeah, because it's a big thing out there, and everybody's involved in it. So
it is.
You just want to keep kids safe.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah, and one of the things we know is the #1 way now into human trafficking is through social media. So we are a preventive organization. So we believe we can bring down some of these really harmful effects of this digital world by being proactive and empowering families, students, and educators with our curriculum.
Yeah. All right, Amy, thank you so much. Website one last time.
smartgirlsociety.org, or they can contact us at 402-881-9010.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with two amazing ladies. We're talking about your second season, a big conference coming up on March 22nd.
Correct.
And Susan Reynolds, founder of your second season. And also I'm happy to have Linda Graham here, host. You're going to be hosting that evening and kind of emceeing during the conference that night. So thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's just tell us about your second season, because this is your kind of brainchild, and I always go back to having that walking meeting that we did way back in the summer, and things have just like expanded so much.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So tell us about your second season.
Well, it's crazy. So like we discussed when I was talking to you about it last summer, it was just this idea, because I was going through about a year ago just a lot of loss, actually, just with myself, my identity. I didn't really have a purpose. Then I was experiencing all these like anxiety and some physical symptoms, and I was just like, what the heck, where do I go? Where are the resources? Where's my community? And I was trying to outreach of like, I am feeling a little lost, and I really had nowhere to go. And one of the places I was talking to you, and I'm like, there's really not a whole lot of resources here. And so the more women that I talked to, the more I realized, oh my gosh, there is a huge void here. And then I just did this massive research, and there is. there's a lot of statistical data on this group of women, and that there's not a lot of information on them.
And we're talking about women, I mean, in particular, between like 45, 65
Correct.
or on up.
Correct.
So,
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
so what my background is that I know how to develop conferences. So I'm like, well, I'm comfortable with that. Let's kind of spark the fire with that, and it is definitely percolating. Definitely,
It is.
yes.
It
And
is.
and like with Andy, you being a speaker, and then Linda agreeing to host.
Yeah.
So it's very, very exciting on what's happening, and how we're going to be moving into hopefully a 12-month series of just themes, and just to really kind of help empower women and to help them understand what's going on.
There's a lot of longevity with this. It's not just this one conference.
No.
And then there's a big picture. But Linda, so why did you just, what made you say, hey, I will host this. I will be a part of this.
It's everything that I'm going through myself. And I think this period for us is it's transition. That's what you would call it, a transition time. It could be we're dealing with aging parents, we're dealing with empty nesting, retirement, just those issues. Menopause is coming around the corner. All those things that we just want to have answers to and a community to. And I think this will give us a positive feedback way to answer those questions and go about it in a positive manner.
Absolutely, and I agree with that, because it's not just, I mean, you think about, second season, kind of the physical stuff, which is big, and I'm so glad we're going to be talking about that. But it is aging parents. I mean, my father just passed away in early January, and for me, a 52-year-old woman that was so, connected to him, it was hard. And my mother is now, dealing with that. And there's all these things. I'm not an empty nester, but I'm a single woman that has not brought up a family. So that's a whole nother piece that I know we talked about.
Yep, absolutely.
And how do we, how do you deal with that?
Well, and that's where this building a community of women, because there are so many issues out there, and they're just not being addressed. And just so, I mean, a lot of people go through loss and, being, and dealing with all that, but what just makes it so much more harder to deal with is that you do have this menopause symptoms just crashing onto you.
Yeah.
And it just makes it that much more worse until you can really understand all of that. Then you can kind of grapple through that, and you can grapple through all the other issues. And as I spoke to Linda and other women, just also the identity is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Just because you live life a certain way, and there's a ton of books on it, and kind of almost like a roadmap on how to deal with life. But then, bam, you turn 50 or your kids are leaving, and then you're dealing with all this, and you're like, where do I go?
Well, and knowledge is power. So if we talk about it and we have this community of women getting together, supporting each other, we go into that second season with a positive attitude, lifting each other up and going forward. Just think of the power in that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's dive into the conference piece, because that is March 22nd. It's a Friday.
Yes.
A wonderful, amazing day. So talk to me about what's going to happen. I'm speaking. I'm so excited about that.
We're very excited for you to speak.
Yeah, but tell me about, who is this for? Why should women come?
Well, it's all women basically dealing with this, basically the ages from 40 and up. And it's going to be addressing the 3 pillars that your second season is about, which is identity, purpose, and physical and mental well-being. And we have a OBGYN, Dr. Harper Harrison, who's from CHI. She's going to be having speaking. You're going to be speaking on purpose, and then we have Susan Koenig speaking on identity. And then we have Linda Asley. She's going to be moving the conference along in a very delightful way.
Yes.
And then we've got 8 breakout sessions throughout the day, and that's going to cover financial, that's going to cover thyroid issues, that's going to cover meditation. We've got a lot of different aspects of the conference. We have a little bit of energy healing from a Reiki vendor. We have a spa going to be there. We've got Dillard that's going to give makeup tips. So we've got styles, how to what to wear at this age. I mean, I'm not into the big high heels. It's like what looks good and fashionable. So, which is probably you know a lot about. So I mean, there's just a lot of information to cover. And then afterwards, it's really exciting. So we're going to be playing probably around, we're going to have a panel.
Yeah.
It's going to be talk about sexual health, and we're going there, ladies.
Which is so
it's
important. We won't get into it on this show, but being there, and that's a big part. I mean,
It is a big part.
Of that. So
Yeah, we'll have a sex therapist on that panel. We've got our OBGYN, and then we have a nurse practitioner on there. And then we're going to have a great reception with 80s, 90s music and a cast bar and just kind of celebrate us.
yeah.
So.
And we're worth celebrating.
We are worth celebrating. We are worth celebrating. So it starts it's like 1 o'clock on a
1
Friday
o'clock.
afternoon, and it goes till about 8 o'clock that evening.
Correct.
So it's just like that nice time during the day for hoping that women can get away if they have jobs. That's an easy getaway. If they don't have jobs,
Take a half day off. You're
Yeah.
worth the investment.
It
It's
is.
definitely very a needed voice
Yeah.
that needs to happen.
So tickets, and how can people buy tickets? Let's talk about that really quickly before we wrap up.
Go to the website www.yoursecondseason.com.
Okay.
And it's plastered all over the website. You can't miss it.
Okay, buy tickets. It's going to be an amazing day. So again, I am so honored to be a part of this, and it's so nice to see you again, Susan.
It's
And
great
so
to see
nice
you.
to meet
nice
you.
to meet
So
you.
I mean,
Yes.
actually,
Yeah.
first time we met. So again, website, tickets, one more time.
At the Omaha Design Center, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
then
at yoursecondseason.com.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for joining me so
And
much.
thank you for having
and I'm
us.
excited.
Yes.
And we will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with Erin Pearson and Amy Neiman. Erin, you are the Executive Vice President for CenterSphere, and Amy, you are the Omaha Area Director. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
So CenterSphere, the network, has been around for how long?
About 9 years.
Okay.
So it was started with just a few folks, and now we've grown to 800 members in Omaha, around 50 chapters. So there's a lot of potential for growth, and we see that, over 9 years to grow that fast.
Yeah, is it 50 chapters in Omaha? Or is
In
it-
Omaha.
Okay.
Yes, but we have nine markets total.
Okay.
So we're outside of Nebraska and Iowa, and Aaron can speak to that a little bit, but that's kind of the exciting part, to see the growth of what Omaha has done, something here locally.
Because it's started here, right?
It
So this
did,
is like
it
the
did.
headquarters.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
We started in 2010. It was a group of 4 individuals here, one of which is still, one of the founders is still our CEO, Brett Boyer, who's still very heavily involved in the mission of CenterSphere,
Yeah.
which is great. Like Amy said, we've spread out throughout the Midwest, even reaching as far east as the New York City area and as far
Wow.
west as Phoenix. So we really just feel that, everyone is interested in building relationships with people that then ultimately feed their businesses. So.
Well, yeah, let's just talk about like the core, the foundation and the mission of CenterSphere. What is that? And obviously there's a need because it's grown so much.
Yes, yes. We are a people business. We put most of our emphasis in really building real, authentic relationships with people, knowing then that that business will eventually come, but really just pouring into others, giving as much as we can to them, and not focusing on really what serves you as much. So it's different than what's existed in traditional networking organizations in the past. I think that's what people love about it. It's a refreshing take on it. It takes kind of the scariness out of it. A lot of people are really scared to network, and so it just really gives them a safe place to play.
Yeah, and I just want to mention because we have our annual big event every year. I think this was the 15th annual, I believe, or the 13th annual, and we've recently just started acknowledging a group such as yours, and you guys received the Community Impact Award.
We did.
At the event that we had just
Very humbled for
Yes.
that.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
past January, and
Yeah.
the more I got to learn about what CenterSphere was about and how you're contributing to the community, what that means to businesses, and also I want to add the nonprofit piece to it as well, because typically now there are so many more nonprofits than there were involved in it, or in each chapter. That's just amazing, and that just helps make stronger communities. So maybe speak to that a little bit.
Absolutely. I'll throw this to Amy here in a second, but it really is about our members just rising up and supporting these nonprofits. It's the heart of what we love to do at CenterSphere, is working with these nonprofits, and a lot of them are really local ones where it just our members can make such a huge impact with them. But I'll let Amy kind of speak to the numbers and,
Sure.
and involvement with the nonprofits.
So a couple of years ago, we had 2 nonprofits represented, local nonprofits in our 50 chapters. Now we have 32, and we
Wow.
would like one in each chapter. We would love that. Now, the great part about being a part of the network, they can go to any, if they're in a weekly meeting, they can go to any other chapter meeting and be a guest or present. And typically they're not overlapping with any other type of nonprofit. So, I
Right.
mean, they have an opportunity locally here, or if they're regional, you know, they can go to Des Moines or Chicago or somewhere like that and go to a chapter meeting and present if they're doing, you know, conferences in those areas and things like that. So, I mean, the scope is pretty huge. And the fact that we raised over $100,000 here locally last year is a huge number, especially for
amazing.
the smaller groups that, you know, $1,000 means a lot more than, you know, for some of the bigger ones too. And we support larger organizations as
Yeah.
well too, but some of the different events that we have is, you know, more focused on the local. Yeah.
To me, that I just think that's so amazing, and that just speaks so highly of the networking. You know, the group, the organization in general is just bringing in those nonprofits and people also from the business community wanting to support them. I mean, I think that's big. When I started back in 1990, there wasn't that business nonprofit connection that you see now, and being able to have an organization that really helps bring those two together is huge.
Yeah,
So
we love it.
And Omaha, you know, I think there's something special about Omaha when it comes to the nonprofits and the support that they receive. And so if anything, we are giving, you know, these businesses a platform to reach these nonprofits and even just learn about them and have them create that awareness.
Yeah.
So,
So tell me a little bit, what kind of events do you hold? I mean, what can, if people are going to be a part of a chapter, because I think you have like specific chapter events, but then you have bigger events and
Yeah.
invite all the chapters in, but
Yes.
what do those events look like?
Well, you can keep as busy as you want if you're part of Center Sphere. That's true. And you can come as a guest a couple of times, and we encourage anybody to come as a guest and check us out and make sure it's going to be a good fit for you. You can be a member of a weekly meeting, so you meet either in the morning, over lunch, at the end of the day, kind of all over town, so kind of what's convenient for you. Or you can be an independent member. You get all the perks of membership, except for you don't have to go to the weekly meetings, but you can go to all 50 chapters. So if you have a niche market, you can go and present or be a guest at all these, you know, 50 chapters.
I think that's what I signed up for.
You did? Okay,
yeah,
good.
to
All
do
right,
that.
cool.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. But we have monthly trainings where we help people maximize their membership. We host Q&A sessions for guests that are non-members. We also do leadership training, free leadership training. So we do 4-week courses, or we do monthly trainings for kind of the whole network to participate in. We just had a huge bowling tournament with Westo Chamber and Millard Business Association out at the Mark. It was huge. We had all the lanes filled. Center Sphere won the trophy again. So yeah, that was awesome. We do an annual golf outing, which we support a nonprofit, a local nonprofit for that. Last year we raised over $14,000 for the local nonprofit. And
what was the local nonprofit?
it was Grief's Journey last
Okay,
year.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah, Rebecca, I love that.
They're
Yeah.
a great organization.
And we also do, coffee and connections.
Yeah.
And then a monthly social hour. Tonight, we're going to be at Dillon Brothers, Harley Davidson.
Okay.
We're expecting 80 to 100 people. It'll be a nice social event between 4 and 6, some giveaways and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun.
But again, I just see the value of people being involved in what you do and really connecting with other businesses and nonprofits and in just a different way. I mean, networking has it's just a different thing when I was doing it back. I mean, I'm 52, so about 20 years ago, networking was really kind of just getting together and having some drinks, and you weren't really networking about anything. You're just getting together and hanging out.
Yeah.
And now it really is
It's really
about,
evolved, yeah.
It's evolved, and I think the whole nonprofit piece too of communities and giving back to your community through your business. I see that being really important to what Center Sphere does. So how can people get involved in our last few minutes?
Gosh, they can go to our website, centersphere.com, and you can apply to just come as a guest, or if you wanted to be a member, there's a lot of information there. They can also email me as the area director, very easy to remember, Amy, AMY, at centersphere.com. And I respond to all the inquiries and get back to them with a personal phone call. So they have that personal touch. And I also invite them to some events. And I say, the ones that I'm going to be at, and I'll be here to introduce you to folks.
Right.
So they, like she said, networking is not easy for everybody to do. So getting them out there and making them feel comfortable, and that's my job. So I really enjoy doing that and helping people kind of brave the path and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really encourage people to come out and just experience it. We can tell people about it all day long, but
Yeah.
until they feel the difference, feel the warmth, and just the energy that's created at
Yeah.
these events by our members, it really is something to experience. So
Yeah,
we
for
invite
sure.
them to come.
All right, so website one more time.
Centersphere.com.
Okay, and I know you guys are on Facebook because I follow you
Yes.
on Facebook,
Yep.
and
We're on
and
Facebook.
also as a member, I know I get really awesome emails from Brett
Yes.
about all different kinds of topics. I mean, it's just a really great way to just stay plugged into the community and
Yeah.
connect with others. So,
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Amy, Aaron, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and we will be right back. Thank you so much for joining me today. We look forward to having you back here next week. But in the meantime, visit us at spiritofomaha.com. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook. Metro Magazine, all one word. We'll keep you up on the latest fundraising events, what's happening in the community, and all the wonderful things the nonprofits are doing. So I will see you back here next week.